For trading it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. And as all of you know, I made it possible for you to talk about yourself on the radio. Who doesn't like to do that? And if you want to get yourself heard on the show, just give us a call here at the station at 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We'll get you heard on Networking Arizona. I am going to go right in with my first guest. And yes, he is my longest running guest, and I can still hear my music playing on and on and on. But you know what? We're going to start the show now. Here we go. So my first guest has been on many, many, many times, but there's a good reason for it. And don't change the channel, because you know what? Even though it's a long weekend, it's a great weekend for a lot of people out there that haven't done their taxes, right?
Right.
Maybe you like to find out, go clean out your garage, find out what you should keep and not keep. I have with me Ted Watkins. He is an enrolled agent. He's been doing it since 1978. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little bit about you and what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, thank you very much, Carol. It's great to be back. I always enjoy doing radio with you. It's great to be back. Well, my name's Ted Watkins. A lot of you may have heard me, but if you haven't, I'm what's called an enrolled agent before IRS, and I help people that have tax issues, and we also do a lot of tax returns, and I'm actually licensed by the federal government, so I can help taxpayers not only in Arizona but all over the United States. But the reason I keep coming on is I enjoy helping people that have tax issues, and unfortunately the IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world, and they can make your life completely financially unbearable anyway. They can take your money, they can take your salary and wages, they can take your retirement accounts, they can take most everything.
They're brutal.
They're brutal. So what I do is I've been doing this since, as Carol said, since 1978. I've been in Arizona since 1996. I had an office in California before that, but I've been helping with people with the IRS and the Arizona Department of Revenue, and I do a lot of work in California as well. But I actually have people in 23 different states that I've worked with, so we do it all over the country.
Now, you also make it extremely affordable for everybody. Just because you're an enrolled agent, it doesn't cost you any more to work with him. He also has the sharpest pencil I know of anyone. He's very meticulous. So, listen up if you guys have issues. And again, we want to also stress, even though you might have done your taxes, maybe you want to clear out your garage and find out what you need, what you don't know. We'll talk a little bit about what he does for you for that. But also for if you just want to get yourself ahead and kind of know where you're at. So, let's talk a little bit about you and your costs and how much it costs for somebody to retain that part of you.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, on my tax returns, I think you'll find my fees are very reasonable. A lot of times they're less than H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or Liberty Tax. But just because I'm an enrolled agent and have a lot of experience doesn't mean I'm out to gouge you. We review all of our returns 3 times before they go out, and I spend a lot of time and money each year going to tax seminars, staying up with the tax changes, and so forth. So I think, first of all, my tax preparation fees are very reasonable. And you don't have to have tax issues to come see me. I don't want to make it sound like that you need to have not filed your returns or you owe money. I mean, I do about 700 individual tax returns and about 150 small businesses. So we do a lot of just regular tax preparation. We do a lot of tax planning, too. But if you have some tax issues, and during the meltdown and the real estate meltdown, a lot of people got behind, and they found out that they owe for a year, and they decided, well, I can't pay it, so now I'm not going to file it, and then that kind of snowballs. That goes year after year. That happens
every time.
And I see a lot of people, that haven't filed since 2006, 7, 8, in that time frame when we had all the problems in town. So anyway, but if you haven't filed, then what we can get all your tax returns that you haven't filed up to date for you. But if you have the tax issues, you'll start at some point getting letters from, I call them the National Tax Resolution Companies, and they're based in Los Angeles, Miami, and Denver for the most part. But those people, most of them, they'll ask for an upfront retainer of anywhere between $3,500 and I've heard as high as $18,000 from one outfit in LA. So, but with me, all I require is a $175 power of attorney fee up front. And what I do there, the IRS won't talk to me because of the privacy laws until you sign. It's an IRS power of attorney. You're not signing your life away. It just allows them to talk with me. So anyway, I file the power of attorney fee or power of attorney, find out how many tax returns you haven't filed, and then find out what you owe, and then we go from there and come up with a game plan to solve your tax issues. But if you decide not to hire me, all you're out is the $175. There's no other money that I require.
We also want you to understand, too, that Ted does not work for the IRS.
That's right. I'm not an employee of the IRS. I'm licensed by the IRS, but I'm in no way, shape, or form an employee of IRS.
Right. And when he works with you, all of the troubles go away. And then you can find out they don't call you anymore, they don't harass you or anything like that, and you'll get some peace of mind knowing where you stand. With Ted, he offers a lot of things for everybody, so I'm going to get that out right now. First of all, he has 2 locations. He has one in Scottsdale and also in North Scottsdale, North Phoenix. His website is tedwatkinsea.com. He does free consultations. You can call him at 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670. We've got our lines open up here for everyone because he gives away so much. And we have a lot of people that are giving away things, so you can call in here. He does his tax organizer, which I believe something everyone should have at their desk, no matter what. He also gives out the record retention guide. It's 4 pages longer. You're going to know exactly what you need to keep and what you don't need to keep. He's going to give you a free Walmart card or a Starbucks card. He goes back 3 years for you for free. He's also going to enter everyone in to win a free business or personal tax return for 2016, right? And then 2017 if you have done it. So everyone's getting entered in. This is about a $450 value free to everyone out there. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And everybody that's listening way out there all across the country too, he can help anyone in the United States. Call in here at 602-277-5369.
Okay, well, also, Carol mentioned my record retention guide, which tells you what you need to keep and also for how long. I mean, there is a time when you can have your record shredded. You don't have to fill up your storage room and your garage with all kinds of old records. Also, if you go onto my website, which is tedwatkinsea.com, I have what's called my tax organizer, and it's 15 pages long. It covers just about every tax situation you can imagine. If you own a small business, if you have rental real estate, if you own your own home and have deductions of that type. But if you spend just a few minutes going over it, I think you'll find a lot of deductions you might not be aware of. And for example, a lot of people don't know that you can deduct miles to go to your doctor, to your pharmacy, to your hospital. You can also, if you're taking old stuff to Salvation Army or Goodwill, you can deduct the mileage to take them your stuff to those organizations. Those are just a couple small examples, but there's a lot of other things in there. And if you spend a few minutes going over it, you'll probably save a lot of tax money.
Well, what do you mean that you'll go back 3 years for everybody?
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a look at your 2014, 2015, and 2016 tax returns at no cost to you, and we'll take a look and see if they've been prepared correctly and if you've gotten all the deductions you're entitled to. And if it looks like the return's been done properly, we'll tell you that. But if it looks like things have been missed, then we would recommend that you do an amended tax return. Now, IRS only lets you go back for 3 years. That's why I say the 2014, 15, and 16 tax returns. return.
We have our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered into when we've got the personal or business tax return for 2016. If you haven't done it, if you have for 2017, you're getting a Walmart card, a Starbucks card. You're going back 3 years for free. He does a free consultation. We've got our lines open here. I think everyone should have the tax organizer for sure. The record retention guide. Let's clean out all our garages and get rid of stuff at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out. It's TedWatkinsEA.com.
If I traded it all,
Welcome back. Well, we're talking with Ted Watkins. He is an enrolled agent and has been my longest running guest, 7 years. A lot of people ask why you come on so much, and there's a good reason for it. And there's a lot of people out there that are procrastinators and don't call right away. You know, you've told me one of the ones that listened to you for like 5 years.
Yeah, before he called, that's right.
Right. And maybe it's you. Maybe it's someone that you know. We'd like you to call in. Everyone's getting entered in to win a free business or personal tax return for 2016 or 17 if you haven't done it, or if you have. He's also going to give you a free tax organizer, which is awesome. I believe everyone should have that. A record retention guide. Guys, everyone should have all these things. He's going to give you a free Walmart card or a Starbucks card. He's going to go back 3 years for you for free. He does a free consultation. He loves to help people out there, and he can help anyone in the United States. He's been doing it since 1978, and his website is TedWatkinsEA.com. Call here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can also call him direct. He does free consultations. The number is 602-363-1952 or 480-707-7670, or call in here, get entered into Weird. You also are doing some really neat new things too.
Yeah, Carol.
New stuff from Ted Watkins.
New stuff that you guys haven't heard before. We talked a little bit about it on the last program I was on, but since I'm a baby boomer, and I'm sure there's a lot of baby boomers out here there listening to it, to us. There's about 10,000 baby boomers a day, not a year or a week, but a day that are retiring. So in the last about a year or so, I've been focusing on doing more and more retirement planning with people, and I'm not pushing any particular product, though. I'm helping people to design the best retirement plan for their situation. So I don't have any vested interest to try to push you into this plan or that plan, and I'm not pushing any products whatsoever. So it's just to help you find the best plan tax-wise and for your financial future. But anyway, last time I talked about it, I think I went into a little bit too broadly, so I'm going to do what Carol says, focus, narrow, and deep.
Narrow and deep.
Narrow and deep, okay? So what I'm going to talk about today is just would apply to employees who work for a company on a W-2. We tried to cover retirement planning for small business owners last time, but that's a whole show or more just by itself. So for employees, your best and largest retirement plan that you have besides Social Security. Now, Social Security it usually contributes about 40% of a person in retirement of their income, but we're not going to really discuss that because that's taken out of your paycheck, and it depends on how long you've worked and what your highest earning years and so forth, how much you get from Social Security, which you can actually do or find out if you go to SSA.gov. You can find out what you're going to get. But what the other program that a lot of you probably participate in is the 401k plan, and the 401k plan is a salary reduction plan. You can contribute up to $18,000 a year if you're under age 50, or if you're over age 50, you can contribute $24,000 $24,000 a year. And usually most employers match that about 3% of your compensation. So it can be a really good chunk of money going into your retirement plan if you can afford to have that much taken out of your paycheck. Because what it does is it reduces your taxable wages, but it doesn't reduce your Social Security wage income. So you're still getting the full benefit of Social Security, but you're able to reduce your taxable income by the $18,000 or the $24,000. So it saves you quite a bit of income tax. So I would, if you can do that, that's a really good benefit, and that's the second largest contribution that you can make after Social Security in most people's cases. Also, after that would be the regular IRA or the Roth IRA. Now you can, sometimes it depends on how much you make. You may or may not be able to deduct the IRA from your income, and also depends if you're covered by a pension plan at work or not. But anyway, say if you're not covered by any of those, you can deduct up to $5,500 a year if you're under age 50, and $6,500 if you're over age 50. But there's a few things you have to watch out about with an IRA. First of all, the government wants you to keep it at least until age 59 and a half. If you take it out before age 59 and a half, a lot of you are probably aware there's a 10% penalty tax. But not only is there a 10% penalty tax, but the amount that you take out is taxed as ordinary income. So it's pretty brutal. And there's only a couple of exceptions that they'll let you take it out without the 10% penalty tax. One is for medical expenses, and another one is you can take out up to $10,000 for if you're a first-time home buyer. But that's a lifetime limit, though. That's only a one-time $10,000 that you can take out to buy a house. So other than that, if you take it out before you're age 59 and a half, you're going to pay the 10% penalty tax and regular income tax. So, they want you to keep it in there until you're ready to really retire. Because at age 70 and a half, you have to start taking what they call required minimum distributions. And they base those on your remaining life expectancy when you turn age 70 and a half. So you have no choice on an IRA when you turn age 70 and a half, and you can't make contributions anymore when you turn age 70 and a half, even if you're still working. So those are some things. It sounds like a pretty simple program, but there's a lot of twists and turns. The IRS Internal Revenue Code is full of exceptions.
Well, you do a lot of these free consultations for people, but I think this is really great for someone who is thinking maybe you don't have a financial planner, and this would be perfect to sit down with Ted. He does a free consultation to find out where you are, find out what's best for you. Is it a Roth IRA? Is it a regular one? There's a lot of different ones now. He does free consultations. He has 2 locations. One is in North Scottsdale. The other one is in North Phoenix. You can check him out. It's tedwatkinsea.com. You can call in here. We're going to get you connected. He's going to give you all of these free things, but also for this we're going to have to come up with something for this side of everything, right. Which we will. But everyone's going to get all of the free things. But if you just want to sit down and talk with him and get connected and find out what's right, I think it's a great thing to do. It's 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100.
Well, Carol mentioned financial planners, and I network with quite a few financial planners. So once we determine what's best for your needs, then I can refer you. I usually give out 3 names and let you interview and see who fits best with you. And also I have several estate planning attorneys that I network with too. If you need a will, trust, and powers of attorney for health care and property management and so forth.
On this side of what you've brought into your repertoire of what you do, can you help anyone from across the country with this as well?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can do this.
Okay.
We can do it by telephone.
Doesn't matter where you are, no matter
Doesn't
what
matter.
those taxes, the different states have different laws, but it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I'm familiar with a good many of the states' laws. So
Okay.
there are a few states like California and New York that have some twist in the retirement planning. So I'm pretty familiar with those. So I can work by telephone, email, and mail.
Well, there's nothing like it. I mean, I think it's a really good idea for people to call in, get connected with him. You'll get the free tax organizer, the retention guide. You'll get a Walmart card and a Starbucks card. You might not want him to do your taxes, or he can end up doing them, whatever you decide. But the fact is that you can find out exactly what program will be the best for you and your tax situation. And everyone's different, and not everyone has a financial planner. So this is perfect for you guys out there. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You can check him out. It's TedWatkinsEA.com, or call in here at 602-277-5369. And toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check him out on his website, TedWatkinsEA.com.